Thanks, Coach. A bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
Let's go, baby.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Over. Watch the safety creep.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
It's up 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Rodgers now on first down. This complete to Jones. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it's a second down. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, throwing back across his body. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And they will score a pick 6 for the Bears touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Tight right. 4 down. Check. Watch the eye. Hey, check.
Now it's Rodgers. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Mike's 50. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still. You've got to think about it, don't you?
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
30.
They do go for it. It's Rodgers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. An agile move, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They go play action with Trubisky. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, an 80-yard touchdown, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Slam. Alert. Hey, 18. Yep.
They go play action. Trubisky, he'll buy some time right. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First down, a run with Cohen. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Check. Watch 54. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Looking deep for Gabriel. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
258. Let's go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. William Hayes, the pride of Winston-Salem State, coming in to drop him. After the sack on first down, Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
All tied up, 6-6, our score after 1. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it staring at a 3rd down and 13. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Open man is Allison, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
First down, Green Bay.
158. 50 to money. 50 to money. I'm coming. 150.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw intercepted by the All-Pro corner Kyle Fuller. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the pick-6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high-percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down.
Rush in. Check. Check out to the 50. 58. Hey, I-7. That's going to be a long day. That's going to be a long day. 50.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Looking to throw again on second down. Trubisky. And he'll find Hall. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Alert! 50, Mike's 50. Wants to run. They're running.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
The throw once more on 2nd and 10. Trubisky. And he comes back with one complete. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman, in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. Of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 2 running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. He's going to wind up and air it out. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I think someone's going to get in the QB1s here when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Rodgers now on first down. Caught by Jones. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Throwing again on second down. Rodgers, and he whips that one incomplete there. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Double dog, that's the way. Check.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off right around the 43. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Play action. Now Trubisky. Rolling to his right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that one makes this a 10-point game at 16-6. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll keep it on the ground again here. So we have hit halftime of the 2019 opener from Chicago. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing here, Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know in the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10, kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage would be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Well, this, of course, the 100th season of NFL football, and 17 matchups with historical significance have been picked throughout the season. And this is the first of them, Bears and Packers, the NFL's oldest rivalry dating way back to 1921, with the Packers having the all-time edge 96, 94, and 6 ties. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Trubisky. He's going to look deep down the field, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football, so there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They begin the drive with Williams. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made.
And nothing but daylight ahead. The 20. Touchdown, Packers! Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 83 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. This time, the extra point up and good, and that will get them one closer. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Trubisky. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Only 3 there on the screen at second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
18.
To throw again on second down. Trubisky. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. And this return's going to go backwards about 8 yards, but the interception is good, and they have the football. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back near the goal line. Here's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Here we go with Williams. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Watch the run.
Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They try again with Cohen. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Preston Smith on the tackle.
That's what I'm talking about. Not the hit,
Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Bears on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Trubisky to throw. They'll roll him out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down. So 1st and goal. 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Again, it's Cohen, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen taking it in as the Bears push further out in front. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now.
You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Watch twitch.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Yeah, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The Packers go for it. Rodgers. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off right around the 43.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the interception, here's Trubisky. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
61, matchbox right.
Now it's Trubisky. Steps away to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Alert, 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 alert. Mine's 50, mine's 50. Alert, 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 alert. Kill, kill, kill.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Jamal Williams. But it's going to be 2nd down.
At the 35-yard
Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 41 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers to throw again. Got a man, that's Allison. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. To throw is Rodgers. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. From 3 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
From the 29, Trubisky flushed out right and avoids the contact by sliding. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Trubisky gives to Cohen. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback and trusting his offense.
Still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. He's back to throw. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Zadarius Smith able to get him down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, all eyes were watching this when everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right?